This is a strange animal, but this is a terrifying creature reportedly seen in Bolivia, from bizarre mutations to unknown animals found beneath the ground. Today, we're looking at some of the most frightening animals ever captured on camera. And they've been ranked from the least disturbing to the most terrifying of them all. If you're ready, let's begin. Level 1. We're starting with the least frightening animal on this list, but also one of the strangest. I'm willing to bet you have no idea what kind of animal this is. Just watch and see if you can identify it. Despite its unusual appearance, this is said to be a worm salamander. That name is used for several species belonging to the genus Odopina, salamanders known for their extremely long bodies and remarkably small legs. Even stranger, they belong to a family of salamanders that have no lungs. Instead, they absorb oxygen mainly through their moist skin and the lining of their mouths. However, since there's no information about where the footage was recorded, it's impossible to confirm the exact species. But if this animal already seemed unusual, the one waiting at level 2 has an appearance you've probably never seen before. Level 2. At this level, things slightly become more disturbing, because even a familiar animal can look completely unrecognizable under the right circumstances. Just look at this. The unusual shape of this crocodile's snout could have two possible explanations. It may have been born with an embryonic malformation, or the deformity may have developed from a lack of essential nutrients and minerals while it was young. Because crocodiles depend heavily on their jaws to catch and hold food, a condition like this could make feeding much more difficult. But if this crocodile's snout already unsettled you, the deformity waiting at level 3 might stay in your nightmares. Level 3. We're now at level 3, and this time we move to a town in Ukraine where a fisherman captured something in the water that left a lot of people wondering what they were really looking at. Take a close look at this. This strange fish was supposedly captured in Chernobyl, and at first glance, it appears to have 2 heads, 4 eyes, and 4 mouths. One theory suggests that its unusual appearance may be connected to toxic contamination and radiation in the area. However, biologist Timothy Mossol proposed a different explanation. The fish may originally have had a normal body structure but suffered a serious injury. What looks like a second mouth could actually be a wound that healed, shifting its eyes and nasal openings after the impact. He also explained that animals with severe mutations rarely survive long enough to reach such a large size, making an old injury a more plausible possibility. Level 4. We've reached level 4, and from this point on, we leave mutations behind and enter the territory of the unexplained. And we begin with this video. Take a look. Does anyone know what this is? Its reddish body and thin tentacle-like appendages could suggest some type of aquatic larvae or worm-like organism. Some insect larvae do have external filaments that help them breathe underwater. The shape seen here doesn't clearly resemble any commonly recognized species. It could even be several smaller organisms tangled together rather than a single animal. Whatever it is, finding something like this moving inside your toilet would be enough to make anyone think twice before sitting down. Level 5. If the previous case seemed strange, now look at this.
Sí, eso no es un animal normal.
Tranquilo, tranquilo.
Mira cómo nos está mirando.
Dios.
At first, what we're seeing looks like some strange species of crocodile. However, the longer you watch, the more certain details start to feel off. Its front right leg never seems to appear, leaving the creature with only 3 visible limbs, and some of its proportions look unusually exaggerated. That could be a sign that the footage was generated or altered with AI, but it still earns level 5 because, at first glance, it looks convincing enough to make you wonder what kind of enormous predator you're actually looking at. Level 6. At this level, we have a video of something so strange it almost seems impossible to be real. However, some people insist that it is, and that it was captured in a forest somewhere in California. But I'll let you watch the footage and decide for yourself.
What the hell is that? Oh my god, it's moving.
The video has circulated online because no one seems to have a clear answer for what this thing actually is. There's also very little information about who recorded it or the exact location where it was found. So what exactly are we looking at here? A strange animal, something badly decomposed, or something else entirely? Whatever the answer is, level 7 gets even more disturbing, because the next creature wasn't found in a forest. It was pulled out of a sewer. Level 7. This video was reportedly recorded during a sewer cleaning operation in an urban area after several complaints about bad smells and stagnant water. While workers were removing mud and debris from the drain, they came across something they couldn't immediately identify. And this is what they pulled out. At first, the most reasonable explanation would be some kind of animal remains badly altered by water, mud, and decomposition. Possibilities include a large fish, an eel, a snake, or simply remains so deteriorated that their original shape is no longer recognizable. The problem is that no clear head, eyes, or limbs can be distinguished well enough to identify it with confidence. Level 8. From this level on, the videos become much more intense because the creatures we're about to see are no longer simple sightings. They begin to become a real threat. And this case is where that changes. Watch closely. This footage was supposedly recorded by a farmer who caught a strange animal attacking one of the sheep on his property. What makes the case even more unsettling is that only a few months later, residents in Oruro, Bolivia reported seeing what they described as a mysterious beast in the area. Some believe the animal in the video could be the legendary Chupacabra. Others argue that the explanation may be far less mysterious and that it could simply be a bear seen from a difficult angle. But with the quality of the footage and the limited information available, there's no way to identify it with certainty. So, what attacked that sheep? Level 9. We're getting close to the final level, and this time we have an animal that is genuinely disturbing. But it's not just the way it looks. It does something that makes the footage even harder to forget. Just watch what this fisherman captured. Whatever it is, the way it feeds is disturbing enough on its own. If this creature can do that to a scorpion, would you dare put your hand near it just to see what happens? Level 10. And well, we've reached the final level on this list. You may have seen this footage in one of my other videos before, and what appears in it, it's still one of the most disturbing animals in this entire countdown. It starts near Fairbanks, Alaska, when someone notices something bizarre lying in the snow. Take a look. Most people would probably have left it right there. Instead, this person apparently brought it home, and that decision is where the footage takes a much darker turn. For some reason, the creature was placed against the skin, where it seemed to grip the arm with surprising force. Removing it wasn't easy, and once it finally came loose, the skin underneath was already visibly affected. But the strangest part didn't happen immediately. Over the next several days, the affected area continued to change. Exactly what caused that reaction remains unclear. It could have been irritation from contact with the animal, an allergic response, or even an infection that developed afterward. And without knowing what the creature actually was, there's no way to determine which explanation fits best. Whatever the answer, there's one lesson from this video that's difficult to argue with. If you find an animal in the snow and you can't even identify what it is, maybe putting it in your arm shouldn't be the next step. Now, I want to hear your ranking. If you could reorder these videos, which animal would you put at level 1? And which one deserves the final level? Leave your order in the comments. And if you want to see more disturbing animals and unexplained creatures caught on camera, check out one of my other videos. I'll see you there.